We begin today's press review with Gabonese newspaper Gabon Actu, which talks about the just concluded AU-EU summit in Côte d'Ivoire. According to the Daily, President Ali Bongo Ondimba called for a new partnership policy between Africa and Europe that will give a new impetus to the policy of sustainable development on the continent. This, of course, through the investment in the youth. The president stressed on the need to rethink about the development aid provided by Europe to Africa in order to develop access to the training and employment of Africa's youth. This partnership would lead to the establishment of a new policy of transfer of skills and technologies, of course also financed from European funds. Gabon Actu says this will help the African youth by preventing him from migrating between the two continents. The AU-EU summit brought together more than 80 heads of states and governments from Africa and Europe. Who could be the next strongman to fall after Robert Mugabe? It's a question several commentators are asking. Maybe Uganda's Yoweri Museveni, Cameroon's Paul Biya, or Teodoro Obiang of Equatorial Guinea? South Africa's Mail and Guardian newspaper, however, looks at a leader who has often been left out when such a discussion is raised concerning the possible fall of long-time African leaders. King Swati III of Swaziland. Like many of his elder colleagues, he shares little concern for the plight of his people and the development of democracy. He has had since 1986 to fix the numerous economic and health problems in his Southern African kingdom. Yet today, Swaziland has one of the highest HIV rates in the world and one of the lowest life expectancies. Mail and Guardian further says progress continues to be slow in this country, where a majority of people continue to live in serious poverty. Political parties have been banned since 1973 when Mswati's father, that is King Sobhuza II, unilaterally repealed the 1968 independence constitution. Since then, dissent and opposition to the ruling clique has not been tolerated. It's only a matter of time to find out if indeed King Mswati III will be the next African leader to fall. And South African fathers will now get paid paternity leave. This is information given by OK Africa, which states that a bill was passed in Parliament on Tuesday that will allow fathers to spend 10 working days at home after the birth of their child or children. Prior to the bill being passed, fathers could only get 3 days off as family responsibility leave. At the moment, dads who want to stay with their babies and its mothers still have to take family responsibility leave, which is limited to 3 days per annual cycle or put in the annual leave. They're only entitled to family responsibility leave once they have been employed for 4 months and for at least 4 days a week. The current law also makes no provision for paternity leave for the adoption or surrogacy.